presidential visit, a jam-packed schedule for Joe Biden, what's on the agenda, and how it will affect you.
Plus, we're taking a look at the Biden administration's impact on Washington state and what Democratic leaders want to see more of.
Then at 11:15, caught on camera, a baseball player tackled, the punishment the pitcher could face.
Now at 11, the president is now in Seattle, wrapping up a busy day in the Pacific Northwest.
This is new video of his motorcade arriving at the Westin in downtown, and it was a true Seattle experience for the president. You can see the motorcade on the move in the rain as the president left a fundraiser for Democrats tonight. Our crew spotted the president waving to people outside. He has a packed schedule during his short stay here in the Northwest, from addressing climate change to health care concerns.
And we have live team coverage for you tonight. KOMO's Mo Hyder standing by with reaction from tonight's fundraiser. But we begin with Joel Marino live outside the Westin Hotel downtown, where the president and his entourage are prepping for tomorrow's events. Joel?
Preston, the entire neighborhood is transformed for this visit. The security perimeter behind me, that extends a couple blocks in each direction away from the Westin Hotel. The Secret Service, they've filled it with law enforcement, and there are also plenty of spectators that were hoping to catch a glimpse. A massive motorcade made its way up Westlake Avenue, then wound around the Westin Hotel. KOMO news cameras never directly spotted President Joe Biden as people pressed against security barriers, hoping for their own glimpse.
And we are just waiting here for almost like 1 hour. And just still waiting. We are not sure.
I know for a fact down that way, a lot of people are still watching, waiting for him to arrive.
The Westin is surrounded by layers of security that includes checkpoints, barricades, and areas that are completely blocked off.
It's been quite inconvenient for me and my partner because we live right there and we have no way of getting around to where we need to go.
It did disrupt my day, and I come home from work and I couldn't get through. But it is protocol, and it's well needed.
When President Biden wakes up at the Westin on Friday, he'll begin with his daily briefing. At 10:30, he'll head to Seward Park for an Earth Day speech about the climate crisis. The lunch hour will take him to Green River College in Auburn to discuss health care and energy issues. By mid-afternoon, the president will fly out of SeaTac Airport and return to the East Coast. It's a short stay that inconvenienced some and impressed others.
He needs to get out. He needs to see the people. He needs to see the community and all that.
Now here, there are hopes the Biden administration will continue to deliver funding and support for Washington state. KOMO's Keith Eldridge says Republicans believe he'll fall short.
From your perspective, what has the Biden administration done or not done for the people of the Northwest, and particularly Washington state?
Well, it's important to look at the backdrop of which Joe Biden comes to Seattle. He comes with a disapproval rating from Washington state voters of nearly 60%. Joe Biden is a president who has not listened to the American people, and he's not listening to the American people right now in Washington state.
The president is here to help celebrate Earth Day and talk about Governor Inslee's favorite topic, climate change, which Democratic lawmakers hope will be a hallmark of the Biden administration's future.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen some steps forward on climate change, but we really need more investments in climate and carbon pollution reduction.
Roads are a big hope for lawmakers who say the Biden administration continues to be a big supporter of building and maintaining the transportation system here.
We assumed well over $3 billion over the next 16 years in additional revenues, over and above what we traditionally get from the federal government.
But Republicans say many of the Biden administration efforts are missing the mark.
Their ideas are not working because they're focused on the wrong things. They need to be looking at every issue through the lens of affordability. What's this going to do to the price of food, to the price of gas, to the price of housing?
Keith Eldridge, KOMO News.
State Democratic lawmakers feel the Biden administration was a lifeline during the pandemic. They also say because Governor Inslee's emergency order is still in place, federal money continues to come in. Stick with KOMO News for continuing coverage of President Biden's visit to the Seattle area. Watch for a complete wrap-up tonight on KOMO News at 11 with Joel Marino and Mo Hyder, as well as live coverage throughout the day tomorrow. You can also get updates online at our website, KOMOnews.com, and on our KOMO News Facebook and Twitter page.
Well, we weren't actually allowed inside the fundraiser. The White House did say the president did discuss topics like the crisis in Ukraine and also the midterm elections. Now, people we spoke with say they knew the president was in Seattle, but they didn't know he was going to be in their neighborhood. It was only from a distance and just for a few seconds.
That was pretty cool!
Where nearly a dozen people stood out in the rain for hours for a chance to see President Biden as he waved goodbye to neighbors here in Madison Park.
He pointed at me, which was special. First of all, he also did the Biden point. I think that I don't think it'll ever happen again.
He was in the neighborhood as part of a fundraiser. Several law enforcement agencies had this street blocked off the entire time the president was there. Joe Walter also lives in the area and saw it from the beginning.
Yeah, I think I counted 60 motorcycles in front of our house, and just all the cars and just the logistics involved in doing something like this was pretty amazing.
Ryan Monahan said he heard the president was in town but didn't realize it would be in his neighborhood until he saw all the traffic.
It's kind of like amazing. It doesn't really happen that often when we hear he comes to town maybe once every 4 years or so, and just really surprised he was this close to our house.
And he brought his 2 little girls to help capture the moment.
We've got a couple pictures, and they'll be able to say that Joe Biden came to their neighborhood just across the street.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.